After a positive weekend in Saudi Arabia where Konnersport went tiptoe with Max Verstappen and beat him to get his first points of the season, the team go into Miami. They're starting to make some big strides in the upgrade and starting to make moves on teams in front of them like Williams or Audi or RB and so on. So with Miami coming round a sprint weekend, double chance to get points, the team is looking confident. Hello everyone and welcome to F1 26 My Team Career Mode for the 6th part of the first season here in Miami sprint weekend, and you join us here in qualifying as we're getting ready for our first and only lap as well, end of SQ1 on mediums, and you only get one tyre per session, so we're trying to put in a good lap time here. Everything on the race, everything on the cards, everything to play for here. Some lap times have already gone by and certain people like the Cadillacs have absolutely flew, so that is something to look out for as we roll through the first sector then. Let's see, what's the time difference going to be to Oliver Behrman? We're 3 tenths up. That is a very good start. Through the middle sector, a sector I absolutely love on this game, on this track, even though it's clumsy and shit for racing. Oh dear, we've lost half our front wing. Well, this might not go very well. We might not find ourselves getting out here, but we've got a lot of boost out of here. We're still up on Oliver Behrman by nearly half a second then, as we roll down the long straight for this time, and then we've got to go through the final corner, which is a hairpin, so it's slow speed, which means the front wing isn't going to cost us a lot. Through we go, get it turned in nicely. It has turned in very nicely. The rear a bit unhappy as we come out of the exit, driving our way up to the line. What is the lap time going to be as we go over the line? Where are we going to find ourselves? P17, and that is just enough to get ourselves out of SQ1, just about. There we go, we get ourselves into SQ2, 2 tenths ahead of Gasly, and that was enough to get ourselves through. Driving as Luke Browning this weekend, as our teammate Konnersport is last by about half a tenth over Lance Stroll. So we've got some upgrades that have come onto the car. We've also had a lot of upgrades that have failed, but with Konnersport's point finish in Saudi, I'm looking to recreate it here this weekend, but a 17th, it doesn't look very likely. And in SQ2 we are out as expected, P12, and the lap was going so well. It was a lot tighter, it was a lot better than the first one, until I did the same mistake again in the middle sector where I hit that inside wall and lost yet again half my front wing. It didn't matter though, in the end, 3 tenths off, and that would be to knock George Russell out. It's a gap I wasn't going to make up regardless. Anyway, so without further ado, it's time to go on to the sprint. Here we are then as we come round on the formation lap, and I've accidentally gone into the back of Lindblad, and that means we are going to start quite far away from our grid box. But anyway, as we come round on the formation lap, it's a sprint, so no pit stops are going to be needed. However, Valtteri Bottas has decided to start this race on the softs. Now, tyre wear's quite high around Miami, and it's quite warm. This doesn't make much sense to me, and I do believe but by the end of the race, he's probably going to struggle. Anyway, let's have a grid rundown then, shall we? We've got Leclerc in first, Norris in second, Russell in third, Hamilton fourth, Verstappen fifth, Antonelli sixth, Oscar seventh, Hadjar eighth, Albon and Sainz 9th and 10th to fill out your top 10. Then you've got Colapinto, Bottas, Ocon, Bortoleto, Perez, Gasly, Alonso, and I can't see what's behind them. So there you go, that is your grid, and we're waiting for Fornarelli to come around, and then let's get ready. As we go to 5 red lights for the Miami sprint, and it's lights out and away we go, and it's been an absolutely appalling start from me, just like it was trying to get those words out, getting ready for the start. And we've got Bottas on our outside as we head down towards turn number 1. Colapinto has already jumped us. I think I saw some contact up ahead. We're clear of Bottas though, and it means we've dropped ourselves down into P13, which is not the best start in the world, but it could have been worse. As we go down towards now the long sweeping corners at the end of the first sector, which are so good when you get them right, but so awful if you're so out of sync. Colapinto on the inside of Lindblad trying to make the move, has made the move. Lindblad has lost a position as well. Ultra aggressive start from Colapinto as he's been able to get past me and Lindblad. Lindblad's having a little go, but he finds the door shut on him and shot on him again as well as they go down the straight, which isn't very straight, but now he's going to pull alongside and up the inside of Colapinto as we get into the tight and twisty sector 2. Maybe we can have a little look at Colapinto around the outside. He's been checked up by Lindblad. Around we go, and all of a sudden the 2 people he had jumped on the start have got straight back past him in the space of a corner. And as we go down towards the final corner, using the boost we have available, and we're going to make a move on Lindblad for P11. As we head down towards the final corner of it, he looks like he's got a bit of boost as well, and we're going to have to sail behind. No, we're not. He's broken early. On the inside we go, and up into P number 11 we go as well. Now obviously only P8 upwards have points in this race, so we've got to get through these two Williams and Oscar Piastri if we want to try and get any points from this race, which is a tall order because Oscar Piastri is in a McLaren and it's safe to say that car is slightly faster than ours, but on the R&D chart we're basically level with these two Williams in front of us. You cannot underestimate the effect that tyre wear is going to have on this race, as well as Carlos Sainz is trying to make a move and his teammate Alex Albon as we go towards Sector 2 in the tight twisty section of Sector 2, and Sainz going around the outside. We've got to watch out for Lindblad because he might be able to make a move. He had a little look at the inside, he thinks better of it. Sainz moves himself up into P number 9, overtaking his teammate Alex Albon, and we are now right behind Albon as well. Obviously Albon might have some overtake as he was within a second of Oscar Piastri, I think. Well, if not, he is going to be a sitting duck possibly for us, as we just have more power and more battery to play with as well as we go down the straight towards the final corner. He certainly has a lot of battery and he's certainly used it all, and in fact he's going to have another look at his teammate down the straight. Easy move for him as he retakes his P9, and we have a yellow flag for something. Oh, and Lewis Hamilton has spun, and we're going to be able to creep up the inside, and that is a red flag then in the Miami sprint, and we are P6 I think, and we should, I believe, keep that. So let's have a look at what's happening to Hamilton then as he goes down towards the final corner. He's not under pressure from anyone, so he's definitely not been hit. As he turns in, looks perfect, looks fine. Oh, and then he's just too eager on the throttle, and then he is blocking the road, and that has caused absolute carnage. Here we are getting ready to restart, and we're on the softs to 5 lights, and Max and Norris on the hards. Okay, that's a bit strange as we get to 5 lights, and we are gone. Hamilton has basically recovered all the time he's just lost. In fact, I think he's probably gained a few positions. We've been jumped by both of the Red Bulls, or certainly by Isaac Hadjar, and that moves us down to P8, but Max Verstappen gets checked up, so we're able to drive it around his outside. A weird choice of tyre selections coming from some of these AI, and now this 10-lap sprint has become a 5-lap sprint thanks to Lewis Hamilton. And the biggest loser of all of that was probably Valtteri Bottas as he started on the sauce, and we've got Max Verstappen coming our way. Not much we can do to defend that as he flies around our outside before we even get to the braking zone. We've got Oscar Piastri not too far away as well, having a little look. He thinks better of it, but we've got to be very careful. We're trying to defend this P8. We've got Colapinto, who's moved himself up into P10. He's probably going to be the guy we're going to be protecting this point from. Oh no, sorry, we're P8, so we've got to protect this point from Oscar Piastri somehow for the rest of this race, and that is going to be a very tall order as we reach the end of lap number 5, not close enough to make a move on Verstappen. We just pretty much don't have the pace at all. These guys are far quicker cars than us as well, and it's going to show in this race. I think even on hards we can't get close enough to Max Verstappen to even think of a move. Even look, Verstappen recharging the entire straight, and in fact we're under threat from Oscar Piastri, and Verstappen defends from Oscar Piastri, and there's another spin, and this time it's Kimi Antonelli, and around the outside we go with numerous cars, and it's another red flag in the sprint, and yet again we find ourselves in P5. This sprint has gone absolutely bonkers. Let's have a look at Antonelli's spin then. You've got Charles Leclerc who's making a move on George Russell. He nearly crashed in a straight line there, did Antonelli, on the inside of both of them. And then he's too eager on the throttle. I think he's actually hit Charles Leclerc. And then yet again, he has blocked the road. So now it is a 3-lap sprint then for the remainder of this Grand Prix, or sprint, sorry, to 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. A lot of red flags already, 2 to be precise, and we're going to get bogged down on the start. Oh, and Kimi Antonelli, he's put us in the wall, and now we've only got half of our front wing. And Albon has a 5-second time penalty for some reason, but Antonelli shoves us in the wall, and with front wing damage now our chances at a point are very unlikely. And I think Kimi Antonelli may have much worse because he's holding this entire train up, and he's all over the place as we sneak around the outside in numerous cars, and Oscar Piastri maybe as well as we go him down as we head down towards the tight twisty section in Sector 2. I'm stuck behind Oscar Piastri. Down the straight we go. We've got to watch out we don't have Alex Albon try and make a move. He didn't seem very fast in a straight line. Oscar Piastri on the defensive from us. We're going to switch to the inside even with front wing damage. We're sending it. Oscar sends it on Colapinto, and he's been able to make that move work, possibly as he tries to look around the outside. Antonelli definitely has damage of some sort as he's checking everyone up, and now side by side through this tight and, well, pretty much no room for overtaking in the chicane as we come through now and go down to the final straight. And Oscar Piastri's got it. We have no chance at points. Oscar Piastri is going to be moving themselves up to 7th. We can get Colapinto actually and defend for 2 laps as possible. So that means a dive bomb into the final corner. Oh, we've dive bombed. Well, dive bomb more than we can bargain. And Oscar Piastri, oh, and we are out of the race. Here we go in Q1 then. After that fairly bonkers sprint, I think it's safe to say we're on our lap. We don't have enough. Well, I've decided to only do 1 lap in Q1. We have an extra set of mediums which I wasn't aware of, and that's not very tidy through there. An extra set of mediums which should give us a good chance in the race. Obviously there is rain forecast for the race, which I did say in the intro, and it's looking like it's only going to be for a split second. But that could be enough to mess everything up, and it also might be lying, and it might be for a lot longer than it suggests. So here we go then, through sector 1, 2 tenths up on Lance Stroll. That doesn't really mean a lot as we roll through now into the tight and twisty middle sector. Fornaroli, by the way, a second off Gabriele Bortoletto, who is the car in front of him, and that Audi, it does appear to be dog shit as we roll through the middle sector there. Nail the apexes, let's not hit the wall this time, and we haven't. We've nailed that perfectly. The best way we've got through it so far in qualifying, including sprint as well. Down the main straight we go then, 1.3 up on Colapinto. We're purple in the middle sector. This looks like it's going to be a very good lap indeed. Into the final corner. Oh, and I've gone far too deep, and we've reached the wall, and I've lost half of my front wing, and that means we are going to end qualifying at the back of the grid. Too late, too greedy to try and find some more time, and that lap time has gone to waste, and that is us out of qualifying. So here we are then on the grid as Konnersport take up both slots on the back row, which is just rock bottom really, isn't it? It's a 2-stop race apparently. Now, I think that might be a bit too conservative, but as you can see there is rain on the way and it falls perfectly for that second stop. So maybe in the end we go to Inters, but then it's supposedly supposed to dry up immediately. So this race could get quite chaotic as we stay at the back of the grid, and we've got to work hard here to try and get anything. Points unlikely. 14 places, I don't fancy it. Do you? I'm not sure. Anyway, without further ado, it's time to go racing. Here we go then, as we round the final corner, we're going to be the last car to line up on the grid alongside our teammate Fornaroli. And, well, unlike Fornaroli, we plan on making moves forward in this Grand Prix. As we line up, let's try and nail it perfectly, because we were quite far back last time. And 0.7, it could have been a lot better, but there we go. And we get ready to 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go for the Miami Grand Prix. And yet again, it's not been a very good start. Some of us have been able to get straight mode because we were behind at the start of the detection point. Down the inside of our teammate and the 2 Audis, 3 wide with the Audis actually, in towards turn number 1, and we're not going to be bullied out of that one, so we're going to back out, but we did get our teammate, and that is 1 place, 13 to go if we try to want to get some points in this Grand Prix. The Audis are going absolutely hammer at each other here through the first sector, still side by side. Unbelievable Bortoletto on the inside of Nico Hulkenberg as we round our way onto the straight for the first time. That's still side by side. Who's got the most battery, or who wants to use the most battery, should I say? I think it's going to be Bortoletto, so I'm going to follow him through. They get there a bit squiggly though. We're trying to follow him through. Stroll getting checked up with Bottas. Stroll holding everyone up. That Aston Martin very slow in a straight line, and 3 wide with him and Bortoletto on the inside. And this time, oh no, we're not. We get spun. Oh, we're in the wall again as I go into the pause menu by instinct, and yet again we get ourselves caught out. Luckily no damage, but oh my word. And it didn't take long for us to catch Gabriele Bortoletto. He's got front wing damage, and it's definitely slowing him down quite significantly here. So we need to try and make a move quickly on him as we go down towards the final corner. We're gaining. He's going to go defensive. We're going to swap round to the outside. And as we go into the braking, it's going to be neck and neck. as we've got to give him the room, although last time we did that he fucking killed us. We'll find out as we come through now. I'm not sure which one of us gets the overtake. It's us as we go through up into P23, and we're probably not going to see him for the rest of the race. Well, it really hasn't taken us long to catch up with these guys. I guess clean air is king when they're all squabbling amongst each other. We've got Valtteri Bottas on the soft tyre, and already he's basically fallen to the back of the field. So this clearly hasn't worked out for him. He's not going to fight it too hard, and we move ourselves up another position. Or is he? No, he is going to fight it hard as we go down towards our final corner. Got to be careful not to close the door too much, because he will just drag us off into the wall and it'll kill us. Next up is Lance Stroll and our teammate Fornaroli, who is making moves in this race, to be fair to him. Oh, but we are just so much quicker. Look at how slowly he was going through there. We're just able to take the inside, grasp it, and move ourselves up into P21. We've got Lance Stroll in front of us, and this is for P number 20. I believe he also might have some front wing damage, because he was involved in that accident with Bortoletto on the opening lap, but we'll find out. Clearly hasn't affected his exit speed. Holy, he went quite fast through there. As we go down towards... Oh yeah, he's not going to fight it. That's going to be a slam dunk move around the outside. Now Aston Martin is just very slow in a straight line. Fornaroli is able to follow us through, and up ahead we've got Alonso, Hülkenberg and Sergio Perez all having a bit of a scrap, as we are now trying to close onto this battle and pretty much have within a second there or thereabouts. And Sergio Perez is also on the softs. Both Cadillacs then using the soft tyre to start the race with, and it seems like it's failed for both drivers. And there is a yellow flag up ahead, and there's another spinner. It's a Ferrari, and it is a red flag yet again. Unbelievable.
This is a good opportunity to pit. Will be a bit longer than planned.
Oh, and it was Hamilton again who spun on the final corner. He's done it again. That is unbelievable. Is it raining? No, it is not raining apparently, and it wants us to start softs, medium, hards. Surely we can just skip the softs. I mean, surely we don't need to do all that, mess around with all of that. Come on, really? Well, it looks like we're going to have to mess around with all of that. Maybe if we do mediums, then remove that stint. There you go. Works. Easy. 12 seconds faster, mediums to hards to the end, providing no one else spins, which it seems right now is very unlikely. Here we go then, ready for the restart. We are P20, everyone on the softs, which means everyone's going to do about 5 laps before they box. Very interesting then. It means we're going to be able to gain a lot of positions as we get underway. Down towards turn number 1. Lovely little gap to thread ourselves through here. We've got Alonso and Hülkenberg as well, and we've been able to get around them. Everyone going very slowly. We've bumped into Gasly. Oh, we're sliding a little bit there. I wonder if it's rained during this red flag break. It apparently doesn't look like it's going to rain anymore for the rest of this race. Gasly being absolutely madman trying to send it around the outside, and to be fair to him, it's worked perfectly. And we've got Alonso trying to have a little look on the door. It feels very slidey. I do wonder if it's rained and we're catching the end of that rain spell. And Alonso sending it down our inside as we go into the tight, twisty middle sector. And I got nothing but to give him the room, and round the outside he's able to make it stick. So Alonso on our inside, still on our inside. We've got to give him the room in the chicane, slowly crumble over the curve. And he's actually, I think, been able to make that move. He's now got the inside again. Who's got the most battery though? And I think it might be us. We've got the better exit anyway. And we know that Aston Martin is slow in a straight line. And there is apparently no rain forecast for the rest of this race. But Fernando Alonso might think about a move on the inside here into the final corner. We hop onto the brakes. Got to be careful not to go into the back of Gasly. Still got to give him the room in case he shows his nose, and we're able to successfully defend that move. I mean, it's safe to say we seem to have got ourselves in quite the unhealthy train. This is the closest we've been to Gasly so far since this race has restarted, and still I don't think we're going to be able to close enough to make a move. Meanwhile, Ocon having a go at Perez, Gasly having a look, he's trying to defend on the outside, and I've got that horribly wrong, and I've got that so wrong. In fact, we're going to have to do a quick 180, and that drops us all the way down to the back of the grid, even behind our teammate who seems to have made his way back into P23. Got it wrong, broke a bit too late, tried to sell the dummy, and we're last again. But we're going to make sure we demote Fornaroli back to that position as we fly around his outside, easy as you like, and that moves us up into P23 again. Maybe get Bottas into towards turn number 1. He's so early on the brakes there, that's pretty crazy. And let's see, we've going through, using a lot of boost as we look in towards turn number 1. I think we're going to get him here with straight line mode activated. He's going to defend. We're going to go for the outside on the brakes around the outside, and we have him as well. Oh, there's a better contact. He's bashed into us, and he's still going to try and fight it. Then he gives up. Us up into P22 then. Here we go, then you would think quite a lot of the other teams are going to go in, but a Ferrari has stayed out, and both Mercedes have stayed out. Are they not on softs? Are they on mediums or something? Are they doing what I'm doing? Because if so, I mean, the AI have played a blinder. Alonso's into the pit lane, he's on the softs, but you've still got Hülkenberg, and you've still got Gasly on the softs as well, and they're in front of us, and they've not pit yet, so I don't know what the AI are planning on doing here, but we have found ourselves up into P number 10. Hamilton has already made his way past Fornaroli, so maybe Hamilton is in for a great opportunity at this race. Hülkenberg and Gasly are into the pit lane then, and we have Lewis Hamilton behind us. Lando Norris has also been able to overtake Fornaroli, but after that there's not a lot of pit stoppers who are behind us for a while, so it gives us quite a bit of a breather once these two fly by. It turns out the front runners are in fact on the hard, so they're doing whatever Fornaroli is doing and going quite deep into this race, which is risky. Actually no, it's not really, because with the risk of a spin highly likely, it's actually quite a smart move. Hamilton then right behind us. I don't see much point trying to fight this. He's just going to absolutely fly past us, and I imagine even with using a bit of boost he's still going to do that. As up we come then down the straight. Oh no, he's not actually. Does he not have any boost, Lewis Hamilton? He's full tanks. I think he's going to stay behind us for another lap, or well, part of the lap. Oh no, here he comes up the inside. No point trying to fight it. I'll wave him through practically, and through he goes. Obviously these guys still have to pit again, and it's a tall order to try and fight their way to the front while still having to pit again. I'm not sure when that pit stops is scheduled for, probably around lap 21, as Hamilton now getting quite close to Lindblad, and Lando Norris is getting quite close to us as well. In fact, I think Lando Norris is about to scream past us here down the straight, just like Hamilton did the lap before. Can Hamilton make a move on Lindblad though? That is the question. Is he going to be able to close enough? We can't see because there's a barrier in the way. He's going for the outside, Lewis Hamilton, and I think on the brakes maybe he might be able to have Lindblad on the outside, because that now gives him the inside on his mediums. Lindblad, is he going to fight it? No, he doesn't. He slots in, and Lewis Hamilton up at P7. Lando Norris, he didn't in fact have the boost to get us, and now he's got two cars between him and Lewis Hamilton, so it's going to be a tall order for Lando Norris then as we roll out, because I kind of plan on overtaking Lindblad as well down towards the final corner, using a lot of boost as we go down towards the final corner. Lindblad has none as we shoot for the outside and go around him. Easy move. Ourselves have moved up into P number 8 then. Here we are, lap 17 coming in for a one and only pit stop in this Grand Prix. I have no idea where we're going to come out, to be honest. I imagine probably in a lot of empty space, followed by massive trainer cars in front of us. I don't know if we can get back to the points. I think that might be a bit of a tall order with how much time's left in this race. 11 laps possible. Oh, and it's a slow pit stop as well. That's not going to help us as we come out. We're basically going to come out last. In fact, I think only Stroll is going to be a car behind us. Oh, actually, no. We might be able to beat the Audis on pit exit as we come out. There's Bortoletto and there's Hülkenberg on our outside. So we've split the Audis. That's something at least, but P21, it's a tall order. Oh no, sorry, it's Bottas we've split. Hülkenberg's actually in front. But still a tall order. Anyway, our tyres are a lot fresher than Bortoletto's as we've hit him for the second time in this Grand Prix. And I kind of fancy flying past him here down the straight. Straight mode activated in the slipstream using boost. He's not got any. Around the outside, it's a slam dunk move. Ourselves up into P number 20. Bottas is trying to have a look as well on Bortoletto. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. No, he slots in behind for now. And there is another red flag. Yet again, there is a spin at the final corner. And yet again, it has caused carnage in this race. 4 red flags during this entire weekend for spins. And it means now we can use softs to the end. And unlike everyone else who's just used all their softs, we have a fresh set. And this plays massively into our advantage. So it is going to be a 6-lap sprint to the flag then. We've got Lewis Hamilton on hards. It proves how some people just don't have the tyres here. And away we go for the Miami Grand Prix for the 4th time. Or the third time in this race. I don't know, I've lost count now. And Verstappen has been able to bully Hamilton. That gives us an opportunity to shoot at the inside, and that promotes us up into P7. Top 10 for points this time. It's not like the sprint, so we are in a very good position. 6 points on the cards here. More contact between the Red Bull drivers as they go through sector 1. Verstappen checks up, and that means Hamilton screens through, and he's broken our front wing in the process as well. And that makes us down to P number 8, but not to matter. We just need to keep ahead of P10, which right now is Lindblad, as we roll through the first sector into towards the second sector. We've got to watch out for Lando Norris. In fact, I'm going to defend from Lando Norris because I believe he's going to try and make a move, and make a move he is in towards the second sector. We keep our P8 for now. Oh, and the Red Bulls are still going at it, and that checks everyone up yet again. We've got Lindblad on the back of this train as well. Still Lando Norris. He's trying to make a move on the inside. We've got to give him the room. It's bold from him. I'll give him that. And now around the outside, we'll bully him out. No, we won't. Oh, we've been hit. We've been spun. And that's a massive accident. And I was fairly sure I saw Lando Norris lose some of his front wing there. And maybe he was alongside, but I'm fairly sure that was my corner. And Lando Norris is into the pit lane then, so he does have front wing damage, and that is horrendous for his championship fight. But, you know, I've not seen the replay yet. I will see it after the race, but I'm fairly sure he was never alongside, or fully alongside enough to warranty that. But the amount of accidents we've been in this race, this whole weekend actually, has just been an utter chaotic shit show. We're taking our time with this Lindblad move, but maybe into the final corner there might be opportunity as he is regenning. He's gone for the inside, so we'll shoot our way for the outside on the brakes around the outside of the final corner into first gear. Not quite got the traction for that. These softs are already starting to slow down. These hard runners, they might be all over us on these last few laps. There's 2 laps remaining. Now as we cross the line, we're going for Lindblad in towards turn number 1. Hopefully we can use him as a bit of a buffer and he can blockade the people behind, but for now we have moved ourselves back up into P number 8. Here we go, as we go into the final lap. We've got Carlos Sainz right behind us and Behrman not too far away from him, but we're catching Hadjar, so we might be able to exchange positions. Sainz for Hadjar, and that keeps us in our P8, or maybe we can get a P7 before the end of this race. But these softs have well and truly fallen off the cliff now, and these hard runners, they can smell blood. Mainly Carlos Sainz. He's all over my nose here, all over my gearbox, as we roll through the first sector then. Through into the long straight, which isn't straight, and we've got to get this absolutely perfect. Use all the battery we can, and we've got to defend like an absolute madman as we go through. He's so much quicker than we are. We're going to defend the inside, make him go for the outside as we come down. Behrman's going to have a little look at the pair of us now, maybe try and make it 3 wide. He is going to try and make it 3 wide. He had a little look and then he thinks better of it, and we defend from Sainz for now, but still we've got one more straight to hold on in towards the final corner to keep this P8 of ours. Just about dodged the wall there. Through we go. Need to get this absolutely perfect, get the exit absolutely perfect. Through we go then. And with 6 temps, I think we're going to be able to just about do it. 5 temps, I think we're just about going to be able to hang on. I believe George Russell is going to go back to back here, and it's going to be a Mercedes 1-2 as well, as Kimi Antonelli follows him up behind in P2. Yes, George Russell wins for Mercedes then. Oh, we're sliding all over the place out of here. Oh, Piastri's got a 5-second time penalty, but that's not going to affect us. He's 6 seconds up the road. A P8 finish for us then. Unbelievable result. A torrid time then for Lando Norris with his championship, as he only gets 4 points from the entire weekend, as he does finish at the very back, I'm going to assume. Yeah, oh no, actually he got Valtteri Bottas before the end. Fair enough to him. Let's see then, what has that done to the standings? Lando Norris still leads, but Charles Leclerc is equal on points. And more importantly, you've got George Russell 20 behind and Lewis Hamilton 21 behind. It's starting to turn into a 4-horse race here at the front. Our poor weekend from Lando Norris isn't going to help his cause. Ferrari overtake McLaren in the constructors then, and they now lead by 14 points. Mercedes' very good weekend moves them within 50 of the leader, and I mean, at this point, 6 races in, to be only 50 off, you had George Russell DNF from the first 2 races as well, which is a good point. Where is he in the standings? He is 3rd in the standings. It's incredible. If he didn't have his 2 DNFs, he would be leading the standings right now. Ourselves, with our 4 points, it clears us a bit more from Alpine and moves slightly closer to Williams, as Carlos Sainz only got 2 from the race. And, unbelievable. What a crazy weekend that was. Unbelievable how crazy that was. And that is it. I thank you all for watching. And until next time, goodbye.